Welcome, everybody, to beautiful Miami and Hard Rock Stadium, site of this year's Capital One Orange Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before the national championship game. We'll find out here today which side has the toughness and the depth to keep driving toward that ultimate goal, the chance to raise that gold trophy over their heads. As we'll see the number 6 seed in this playoff, the USC Trojans, taking on the number 10 seed in the playoff, the North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? The kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. On the move. It's a foot race. Touchdown, North Texas. He'll stroll into the end zone. That is an unforgettable moment for that kick return. A touchdown in a playoff game.
Great blocking to set this return up, and of course you can see his natural instincts as a runner. Once he got through that initial surge from the coverage unit, nobody's going to stop him from scoring.
BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. First down here for this offense. And there's the handoff. They'll bring him down just short of the 20.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Brought down at the 28, and that's good enough for a first down.
The defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
And the back now goes in motion, looking for some space. It's Peterson. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Can they pick up the first on the ground? They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
He's got a fourth down conversion. The drive stays alive.
Well, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on fourth down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And he'll be smarter right at the line for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Seventh play of the drive coming up. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Looking for the wide out. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Hey, a great throw here by this USC quarterback. How about the catch by the wide receiver? And Chris, we've been saying that for decades when it comes to USC and their wide receivers. What incredible history, going way back to Len Swan. I know he was a Steeler, but it all started when he wore that USC uniform. Keyshawn Johnson had a brilliant career. So did Robert Woods. And how about Amon-Ra St. Brown and the job that he did when he was at SC?
Takes the ball and heads to the left side. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
On third and short, they hand the ball off. And the Trojans pick up enough for a first down.
Well, that's a good, hard, tough running there to get that first down to keep this drive alive early in this game. The offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
Football knocked loose in the backfield. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway.
Chris, we can hear the contact from that hit all the way up here in the booth. So, hey, it's easy to blame the ball carrier, but I don't know if anybody could have been able to hold on to the ball after that hit.
Not the news the coach was hoping to hear. He took a chance calling a timeout to get the replay. We'll see if that proves to be crucial. They'll test the right side here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. A gain moves the ball out near the 25.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Lets it fly to the wideout. And he pulls in the catch. And they finally make the stop, but a huge gain. Moves the ball into enemy territory, down at the 49.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
First down and 10. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
A lot of times college football, the game comes down to just a play or two. And that's a missed opportunity by this offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to come back to that same play in the second half.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Makes a quick catch.
On third downs like this, you can only allow completions in front of you as long as you can protect the sticks. That's what the defense did here. They knew the sticks were, and they were able to make the tackle short of the line.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. And he's throwing for it on fourth down. Quarterback escapes the pocket. And they've got him a sack to end the drive. What a play by this defense.
That's really good coverage downfield, and it just looked like the quarterback was waiting and waiting and waiting a little bit too long. By the time he decides to try to make a throw, nothing's open. And result is a sack and a turnover on downs.
Finding some room with the 25. That's a nice gain to move the sticks here as time runs out in the first quarter. So here we go, an exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a first and goal. Back in motion now. Here's a handoff on 1st and goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
And it's 1st and goal. You're thinking about trying to score. You're looking at positive yards instead. You're going backwards. It's going to set up a very important 2nd down call here.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. Across midfield. The 30. At the 20. He's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Mean Green. And a pick 6. A monster play by this defense here.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving him some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Here comes the USC offense back on the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick 6. And they recover from that right now. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Can he make it to the marker? They get him down at the 41, but it's good enough for a 1st down.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the 1st down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, and he's got it down inside the 20. Touchdown, Southern California. It was a foot race and he won it.
You know, we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Makes the catch for the 2-point conversion as they continue to cut into this lead. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's got some space here. They finally get him, but that's a great return. The last line of coverage guys just able to corral him. A great spot to start this drive. Here comes the North Texas offense back on the field. Last possession, they went for it on 4th down, but got stoned. Let's see what they can do this time. Breaking free at midfield. And a huge gain across midfield, all the way to the 40-yard line.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
And at 1st down, they go right back to him. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. and he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Defense able to stop the ball carrier there.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Going to try to use his legs here. The defense will wrap him up, but he's able to scramble for a first down and keep the drive going. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. They continue to pound away on the ground. Brings up a 1st and 10. He'll hand it off. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That back just had nowhere to go. You got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Here comes play number 6 on this drive. And the single back takes the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
In an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
And he'll drop back here on third down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And that one's straight down the middle.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee to bring the football to the 25-yard line. And the Trojans' offense is back out on the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. Second and 10 here. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. He's escaping the pocket now. Trying to create here on the move. Oh, a nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Well, we talked to the defensive coordinator, Chris, before the game about how they worked a lot on the scramble drill this week just to be able to contain him. The coach has to be pleased with how they performed on that play.
He's going for a big play downfield. The catch is made for a huge pickup. And they've got him at the 4, but a big gain of that catch and run. So it's a first down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. An inside give now from the shotgun. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line, these are tough yards to come by. Positive yards. Good push inside there by that offensive line.
See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, USC.
Chris, we're still early in this football game. We're in the 2nd quarter. It's a critical touchdown to get their confidence to believe that they can come back and still win this game.
Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Empty backfield now as they go for 2. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. And it's a sack. The 2-point try fails, and they can't get into that deficit any further. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Mean Green offense is back on the field now. We'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone. Just run the clock out and get to halftime. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. The pass rush closing in. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Looking for his big tight end. The pass is incomplete. We're down to just 4 seconds remaining.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. One more play before they head to the locker room. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They'll tackle him for a small gain. Needed a lot more on 3rd and long. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. They'll go for it on 4th down, likely the final play of the first half. Quarterback drops back. That's a bullet over the middle. Dives to make the grab for a huge gain. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The kickoff team out there now to get the 2nd half underway. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the USC offense is back out on the field. First play of the 2nd half is a handoff.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Quarterback still with the football. Gets the first and still running. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And the Trojans looking to crank up the tempo a bit. They're going to run it. Matt gets the carry. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Second down play coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Running back grabs it on a screen. And they're finally able to stop him. The great execution on the screen pass fooled the defense there. And the Trojans will try to keep this drive moving. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards here on 1st and 10.
The gain makes it 2nd and medium. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. They make their stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, then he gets it down to the...
Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. Defense grabs the football. It's a turnover.
That is tough for the ball carrier here because not only does he take a big... You're about to get an earful from your coach on the sideline after that turnover.
North Texas's offense is back out there now. And the single back takes the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Here's the 2nd down play. They'll try the option play here. And they'll stop him after a short gain.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
So a very makeable 3rd down for this offense from the 26-yard line. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that 1st down marker. The offense stays on the field. Coach going to go for it on 4th and 2 in his own territory. It's a run to the left. Breaks loose at the 40. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, that is a gutsy call to go for it on 4th down in your own territory. But you can see that this coach is confident in his offense and going to their go-to plays that they call up specifically for these situations.
Gives it to the back. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. And that one's picked off. What a play. They get him down after a short return, but interception gets the football back to the offense at the 36.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
And here comes the USC offense back on the field. Caught quickly. Look out, he's got some space. Touchdown, SC. Will take the lead in the 2nd half. That tight end is a matchup nightmare for this defense, Kirk, and they made him pay that time.
This tight end is so dangerous, and he's trying to remind his quarterback, hey, guys, don't forget about me. Receivers are getting most of the attention from the secondary, but I bet now they're going to be a lot more focused on what this guy can do.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. Bringing it out, it's Coleman. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Contact as he threw it. And that's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
An incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. That's caught. It's Coleman. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
First down. Looking to throw the football. Checks this down to the running back. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Short completion there. 2nd down coming up. Pre-snap motion from the offense. 2nd down. Looking to throw it. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Oh, the pass is picked off.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with 9 coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
The backs got it. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Christian, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. That's exactly what we saw right there.
21, North Texas, 17.
Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. And now the handoff. And that run produces a decent gain. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's 3rd down. Can he get there on the ground? Tackle inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this first down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder, with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing, the defense sitting back in their base, I thought they might be in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, turning the blitz loose, trying to create some plays to get the football back.
Powerful running into the secondary. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
What a really good run by this running back. The defense fortunate to be able to bring him down inside the 10-yard line, but it's 1st and goal for the offense.
The defense better regroup after that big gainer. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
All right, here we go. This is really it. And the defense knows that if the offense is able to score here, it's essentially over. It's mano-a-mano at the line of scrimmage. Let's see.
Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. And now they'll set up for the point after. Extra point is up and good, so the lead now is 11 here in the final quarter. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. Fielded in the end zone. It's Coleman. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the North Texas offense back on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Keeping it on the ground here. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Getting set. Here's second down. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. He's moving out of the pocket. You bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain. First down, clock stops for a moment, but no huddle here. They've got to hurry. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete. Offense facing a 2nd and 10. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45. Now they're going to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. On first and 10, looking to throw. Makes a quick grab. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31. New set of downs for the offense, first and 10. Looking to throw it again. Receiver makes the grab. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Fires it to the wideout. Touchdown, North Texas. This offense really clicking.
This offense has done what's been asked of them. They get the touchdown. Now it comes down to, can you recover the onside kick to give yourself a shot?
Now the important point after attempt. Offense looking. It's flipped back to the kicker. He's looking to throw the ball. And it's picked off in the end zone.
The attempt at the two-point conversion is no good. That keeps the score.
Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick.
North Texas, 23.
Oh, and the onside kick works to perfection. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. And the Trojans enter their final minute here, just looking to run the clock out. Handoff here from the shotgun. And the defense smothers him for no gain. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Second down play coming up for this offense. And they'll use the ground game here. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Well, another nice gain by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
On On first down, they'll keep their running game churning. And the defense calls time to stop the clock with just 16 seconds left. Offense getting set. It's second down. They'll run it to the right side. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. And the defense steps in here to call time with 12 seconds left on the clock.